cut and chopped last night, and in the meantime I lost my pictures, so but the text are all there. So I hope I'll manage to get through my presentation. So I'm going to talk about an organization in Sri Lanka, a fair trade organization. It's actually known as the People's Organization for Development of Import and Export. So in brief, we call it PODI. And in 1970s, the late 70s, unemployment in Sri Lanka was going at 23%. This was a huge crisis in the country, and especially amongst the young people. Crime was increasing, so all social organizations, NGOs were trying to network to create employment. And this was one result was a Catholic priest, Reverend Harry Has, decided to set up a small unit to pack spices, employ the girls from his church with another NGO, and he provided the seed money. And PODI functions as an exporter of Sri Lankan spices. Their core business is spices, but it has expanded into other areas now. The purpose of PODI was to mitigate the dependency on the unfair exploitation of farmers. Farmers were exploited heavily. There was no minimum price for them, and till the mid-90s or even the early 2000s, the highest rate of suicide was amongst the farmers in our country. The main reason was crop failures or low prices. The intermediaries exploited them to the maximum. So over the unemployment, that was another huge crisis amongst the farmers. And another purpose was for the sustainable development of the marginalized farming community. Now the farming community are isolated. They have poor literacy skills. They can't even read a newspaper. And some of the farmers are totally isolated from this whole world. They don't have even a radio. So how do they get the information? How do they interact with the other parts of the country? So this was a bad, so this is where PODI started to link the people with society. So they created the linkages, and this was not a humanitarian handout, but a true partnership. So PODI had their vision. They were only going to be true partners, not just giving aid and saying, okay, now you build yourself. I think my colleague spoke about most of the values in fair trade, but I would like to focus on the payment of a fair price. PODI guarantees a minimum farm gate price. Now, essential commodities like spices, they fluctuate globally. Currently, the cinnamon price is much below, it has dropped by 700% to what it was last year. But PODI is still paying the guaranteed farm gate price which they promised the farmer. They are suffering a huge loss. Now this is what is called partnership. So what PODI is going to do is add value to cinnamon and sell it as a different product, not to export as cinnamon anymore. And so this has brought a new culture amongst the rural farmers who are working with PODI. There are a big number of farmers who are in the waiting list to join their network, but they are also very careful because they are very strict on promoting organic farming now, because that's the new trend in the whole world. Everyone wants organic. If you ask for coffee, they ask whether it's organic. So food is organic. So now 90% of the farmers who work with PODI are migrated to organic farming. They have developed new skills and new technologies. That's the biggest challenge in using organic fertilizers, organic pest control systems. That's a huge challenge for farmers. And the last line is they feel their employees and the farmers as the best resource. That's one value I really appreciate in this organization. Even if a rural farmer comes to their office unannounced, he's welcome. He's given a nice meal and then they sit down to listen to his problems. So I see a new culture building up in this organization because most of the rural farmers are totally alienated from our society. And on the systems, they are on par with any international food chain. They are certified by CUC for GMP, SOP, that's Sanitary Operational Procedures, SSOP and HACCP. Now all their farmers are certified for this. This is a huge challenge, and imagine a rural farmer being certified for this. That's a huge challenge. And they are also members of the World Fair Trade Organization. And the capabilities developed. As I told you, most of the farmers are not educated. So it was another challenge. FODI decided to institutionalize them and develop the leadership, visionary leadership amongst them. Now the farmers have network. They are taking the leadership. They design their own pest control systems. And they even do their own irrigation projects where FODI is supporting them. And you can see I've said the capacity building funding in major irrigational projects. Yes, even they have built dams. FODI has built dams with their profits. And financial interventions, this is the most encouraging thing, is they don't depend on any aid. FODI is not dependent on aid. They strictly believe we trade, we make profits. And that's what we are going to invest in the people. And metrics, qualitative, you can see there are financial, I'll be talking about the financial results also, but increasing involvement of rural farmers in the national and the local economy is the greatest intervention I have seen, because they are no more alienated, they are not marginalized anymore. And quantitative, I have given you 1,460 families, 61% of the beneficiaries are women, and 31%, actually 43% of their total income has gone to the farmers and the women's groups who are working with them. And they are very good in their profits, and on top of the profits they have also invested in the capacity building programs. So I call it, FODI is not merely a social enterprise but a socially responsible business.
Thank you very, very